Welcome to StickTalk, where we speak to hospitality professionals on what they like, what they do, and what they drink. My name is Kapri.
I'm Danae.
And I'm Jose, and I work at Taqueria Del Barrio.
And this episode is brought to you by El Silencio and Found Experience Vodka. This week.
Thank you for having me.
What's going on? And we're starting our show off today with the Cosmopolitan, y'all.
Super retro, I know.
Okay, so we were going through, looking for some facts on this, and the Cosmopolitan history is all over the place, y'all. It's either coming from a riff on a kamikaze or a riff on a daisy. I usually put it in the daisy family, which is a cocktail with citrus, orange liqueur, sweetener, and a spirit. So I usually put that in this. And that's the kind of version we're going to make today.
Yes.
But while we were going through that, our history, we said it started like 1903-ish is where...
It bounces everywhere.
Right? It's like 1903, between 1903 and 1930s, which is 27 years of time.
27-year gap.
But I was reading an article on Vine Pair, and what part of the Vine Pair it said... Chances are the drink came out of one of two meccas for gay culture, Miami Beach, Florida, or Provincetown, Massachusetts, which is like, I don't even know what Provincetown is. And he was telling us a little bit earlier.
Yeah, he was educating us on a lot about P-Town.
So it started off as it was more of a safe haven back in the day when being gay and being part of the LGBT community was still wrong. So it was created as a safe haven where people can go and just be themselves and be part of a community where they don't have to fear, retribution and like the homophobia and the stigma.
Right.
But now it's just become a party town. People just go.
P-Town and P-Town. P-Town and P-Town. All the P-Towns. Which is great though, right? Yeah. I mean, safe havens are amazing. Delicious.
Easter pink.
Thank you so much. And I love this pink.
It's such a pretty color pink.
I've never heard it called that before.
My mom uses that term.
She also do
because
Easter
the way
purple.
she drinks her vodka is just with vodka, a little bit of ice, and a splash of cranberry, and her way of emphasizing that splash is that she wants an Easter pink.
Gotcha.
Shout out to Anissa.
How
Brunch
amazing
bitches.
is that?
An Easter
But about the Cosmo though, we saw that there are many people that could have created this cocktail. From Del DeGroff, Cheryl Cook, Neil Murray. I have a problem with
Enunciation.
Yeah. John Kane. Gary Reagan actually, if I can say this, endorsed Cheryl Cook, if we're going to say it like that, and said that she was the first one, and she made this in Florida, I believe it said. So
Yeah.
I'm going to wait for Danae's. But talking about safe havens, you were also telling us about Stonewall.
Stonewall, yes.
Can you go back to that history again? And
Yeah, definitely. So Stonewall is a historic bar in New York City in the Greenwich Village. Mm-hmm. It was like the early 1900s where it, like 80s, Paris is burning, where it was completely wrong and just unnatural to be gay. There would be police riots, people in the trans community were getting killed left and right, riots for like underground bars, ballrooms. So it was more of like we had it and we're just like we can assimilate to society just as well as the hetero man. So then like, we've had it. And just decided to call it a day and be like, no, we're not going to let you push us around anymore. And it just started a nationwide riot of like fighting for LGBTQ rights. And
which is still happening, right? And still going.
Still going.
Where do you find that your challenges are being LGBTQ, being a person of color in the industry itself?
I can say that I'm like one of the lucky few that I've never really had any incidents of being discriminated against for being LGBTQ. Right.
Yeah.
The POC thing is a little tricky though because I am POC, but I don't look like it.
I mean, I think you do, but I can see how you pass.
Like, yeah. So like, I usually,
you pass.
I pass. No, so there'd be like times where like I'd be talking to guests at the bar and I'll be telling them like, yeah, I'm Mexican, and they'd be like, what?
But what do they think that you are? I mean, you can be any number of things.
I guess Italian?
Well, I'm also half
say,
Italian.
Right.
Okay.
But it's just like
I did just guess that, yo.
No, but you definitely
it's
look
just like POC. We come in all different shades, colors, shapes, sizes. Just so like we're all POC, but that's the only thing I've had issues within the industry. Like people come into the bar, like, oh, this. For example, there was this one time this lady complained that I was focusing mostly on our white customers, and she was a Latin lady, and she's like, he paid no attention to me, nothing, but like I try to have friendly bar banter with her.
Yes.
Would not talk to me.
Okay.
It was just like grunting answers, and I was like, okay. But then proceeded to write a review that I was racist, and I was like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
You know,
some people kind of walk in with that bias already too, though.
Yeah,
they're kind of
like
ready for there to be
working
an issue.
in a Mexican restaurant, people are walking in expecting to see Mexicans.
Right.
But they did walk in and see it.
Yeah, but I just don't look like what their
what they're
idea
expecting.
of a Mexican looks like.
Which is like horrible to say that their idea of what a Mexican looks like, and it's like
that hurt me a little bit right now.
Yeah, of course.
It's like they have a specific notion of what Mexicans are supposed to look like, and when they see me, they're like, oh, you don't fit that category. Are you? Like this lady.
Are you sure you're Mexican?
No, this lady once told me, she's like, "Are you sure you're Mexican?" I'm like,
my god.
Yes, lady. What
I'm like, wait, do I have to call my mom? Like, hey, mom, am I Mexican? Like, what's going on?
Like, should we have like a piece of paper or like a certificate every time someone?
I have to walk around with my 23andMe results.
I was just about to say, you should be walking around with 23andMe.
To 23andMe.
No. Yes.
This looks delicious. Yeah. Easy drinking.
I was going to say, the thing about
simple,
this is that the vodka has to be really good. And Found
Which-
Experience makes a really good vodka.
They do make it delicious.
Founders,
delicious
yeah.
vodka. So how did you get started in the industry? Tell us about your journey.
Started about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
This was while I was still in college. One of my friends was serving at El Centro in Georgetown.
Okay.
And I was like, being a broke college student, I was like, I need some money.
Yes.
So he kind of brought me on, and then I was bar backing, kind of worked my way, this is 6 years ago, kind of worked my way into bartending, and I started doing their nightlife bartending, like where El Centro turns into like the club.
Yes.
And then from there, it's just been a whirlwind.
Yeah.
I've done speed bartending, craft cocktails, competitions.
Awesome. And what are you doing right now at Taqueria Del Barrio?
I am currently their bar manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been with them?
Wow. February 18th coming up is going to be my 3-year anniversary with them.
Okay.
Wow.
3 years, yeah.
Nice.
Clap it up for staying at your job for a while.
Exactly.
Loyalty.
Just want to say job loyalty.
Work ethic.
Seriously.
Don't quit
when people get on your nerves.
I know, that's unfortunately so easy to do.
It's so easy to do
so
in the
easy
city.
to do.
I mean, there's so many restaurants, right? It's like, I can go get another job, but it's like, my goal is finding a place where I love the people.
And I feel like that's what.
But that was that's what's important about a job that you're going to keep for that long, though.
And I feel like that's what Taqueria
I've been on like both ends of
I've been
that.
there for 3 years.
Yes.
Just, it's a great environment to work. It's a Latinx owned restaurant. It's owned by this awesome lady called Anna. She's from Guatemala.
I didn't know she was Guatemalan. That's awesome.
Yeah. I didn't think she was Guatemalan either. See, that goes into that.
See?
That
Look, Guatemala?
goes into like,
We just did it. Oh, no.
See? I'm definitely
Subconscious.
sorry. But it's just like, it's been such a great environment to work there.
Yes.
And I've met so many people. I've had a blast working there.
I mean, you all are great. They come down after they finish working, come drink with me here at Reliable, and I love them so much. They're always here. They live here. It's just great.
I've never been in Taqueria de Barrio. I have to go because I'm obsessed with tacos. So I'm just very rarely ever in Petworth. So now I gotta do my Petworth rounds.
All right, what do we have next? What is our next drink that you have?
So this is a variation that I made when I was working at Mezcalero, which is a Mexican restaurant, again, on 14th Street. So it's just a variation on a Pina Colada that I made with mezcal instead of using rum.
Okay. I'm excited about this. Okay, so Taqueria del Barrio, they have drag brunch, yes?
Yes, we do.
And when is that?
There is coming on the 23rd of February.
Okay.
And you guys do drag trivia still too?
We still do drag trivia. So coming up in February, it used to be every other Tuesday. We are now moving it to Thursdays.
Okay.
Talk to me on why Taqueria started doing drag brunch.
So
drag trivia.
their drag brunch started before I even got there.
Mm-hmm.
They already had it. It was created by Mikey Torres, who was the original GM, and Anna. And Christina Kelly, who is a local icon in the drag scene. Oops, spilling.
It's a great for.
And it's just like a great time to just like see these men essentially dressing up as women and just putting on a hell of a show.
Yes.
And it just drives people crazy. So it's going on about 4 years now.
Wow.
That they've been doing the drag brunch?
Yeah, that we've been doing drag brunch.
Nice. I used to work at STK in DuPont before they closed, and I used to love when I got to do drag brunch. Not do drag brunch, obviously, but when I used to work drag brunch,
Yeah.
oh, just go, just because. But that was like some of the funnest Sundays ever.
Oh, they're a blast.
Yeah.
Like you will not be the same person when.
No,
you
So
drag.
are they?
It's
It's
such
like
an experience.
singing or like what's?
It's literally a production of performance.
Okay.
It's a production, so it's like most drag brunches tend to have a theme to them.
Uh-huh.
So the one that we're currently going to host in February, it's our Disney princess. So it's just like they just take a bunch of like Disney songs and just
That's what I was gonna ask. Are they gonna do Disney songs
lip
too?
sync,
Oh, I love it.
costumes, and just put on a show.
I love that.
That's gonna be a good one though.
What was the past theme?
It was our rock and roll.
Oh man.
I think I saw the post for that. Okay.
What?
Yeah, they
I
got-
think something you said that was very profound earlier when we were talking about Stonewall was that drag queens, transgender people were the ones that
so,
started
like,
this stuff, right? Like,
Definitely, like, being part of the LGBT community, you kind of want to learn your history, learn your background,
Right.
and where we got to now, and we're still continuing that fight for equal rights. And what the younger gay generation tends to forget that we wouldn't be where we are today without the trans community and the drag queens, because they were the ones that were like, enough is enough. We're gonna do this for us.
right.
And they just were the ones that started this whole riot
Right.
and fight for equal rights.
Absolutely. And let's go into your LGBTQ story, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't want to say like when did you know, but it's more like how did you tell your family? How was that? Because I know that's a hard part.
It was very dramatic, like most.
I was gonna say, is your family very like traditional in the sense of like?
So I was raised Roman Catholic, which you know.
Okay, yes, very
It's
traditional.
very traditional. Very
Yes.
conservative.
Very like we don't even talk about.
Oh yeah.
The idea
like,
of
we
being
don't
gay.
even
That's
talk
not
about
that's
it.
not a thing.
Yeah.
But I was once again fortunate enough to be blessed with very open-minded parents.
Thank God, yeah.
So I kind of knew that I wasn't straight, I guess, around probably 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But then I came out when I was 16 on New Year's, exactly at midnight.
Ooh, good way to start the year off.
Very
Being
true.
your most authentic
Yes.
self.
Very traumatic.
Rip off.
I was gonna say, I love it though.
Yes.
I'll never forget.
They will never forget. And you will never forget that.
I know, and it was just like, it was, when I came out, it like, there was just like a deafening silence in the room, and it just felt like this super huge tension, and I kind of left my house. I was just like, I can't be here.
You broke the news
Yes.
and left.
I literally did that. But then I came home, and then the next day my mom calls me into her room, and then she's like, proceeds to like start crying, and then I started crying. She's like, "You're my son. I'm gonna love you no matter what, and I am proud of you for making this big step and like coming out, even though your family doesn't kind of agree that it's okay."
Cheers to
I was
your
gonna say,
mom
I was
loving
about
you.
to say, cheers to that.
Seriously. Dee, what about your story? What was your story with your parents?
To be honest, I never really had to come out per se.
Okay.
I mean, growing up, my mom has always been very liberal, very hippie-esque, very like, it doesn't really matter, love who you love, do what you do,
Yes.
whatever. So there wasn't really a question of whether or not I had to talk about it.
Right.
It was more so kind of with my grandmom. I had to have like a moment, but the moment was definitely by accident. I came home my sophomore year of college, and I had already been dating a girl that I knew like back at home. So, I mean, I was still a teenager, so don't judge me. But I came home with a hickey, and she asked me where the hell I got a hickey from. I was like, well, this person I'm dating. She was like, okay, well, who is it? Because I'm not very shy about who I date
Right.
either. But this was someone I hadn't brought home,
Right.
so I was like, well, it's a girl, and she just kind of looked like, okay. I mean, I figured, but okay. And I was like, oh, well, good. Then we don't really need to have the long drawn out talk about this. So, and that was pretty much it. I was bringing home girls ever since.
My hand's done.
Yeah.
This is delicious.
That is really,
Thank
really
you.
good. First of all,
And
anything with mezcal. You
Talk
had
to me
on the
again.
love.
What's the name of this?
So it's the Chinoteca. It's just a variation of the ancient Mayan language that is still used in Chiapas, Mexico, called Clon, which
Okay.
is CH'Ol.
No.
It's like Clo.
Clo.
Glow.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just Chinoteca. Well, Chino is a small little town that grows pineapples. So it's just like a Chinoteca, just a variation of Pina Colada. The coconut cream really helps to kind of balance out the smokiness of the mezcal.
Ooh.
And then pineapple juice, like I said earlier, goes great with anything.
I was about to say you can't go wrong with
And then
pineapple
just
juice.
a little bit of orange juice because citrus, just to balance it out
Yes.
a little bit.
Make it well balanced. Well, we thank you so much for being here with
Thank
us
you for
today,
having me.
making delicious cocktails.
Yes.
Where can we find you on social media if you don't mind? Nope, you're out of here. We're
Well,
not
no. They
Classified.
can't find me on social media. Just my Instagram handle is a little rated R. So it's horchata,
Yes.
WHORECHATA _69.
But a clever name.
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say, but it's
clever
so
name.
perfect. See,
Because
like you're
Mexican
in the.
horchata.
Yes.
But and so like, I actually, when I first got it, I had gotten a message on Instagram, a DM. Somebody was trying to pay me $200 for my Instagram handle.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
And I was like, no.
No, deny.
Your Instagram
Up
handle
to
actually sounds
6.
like it could
I
be a
need
drag
6
name.
months rent. Thank
There you
you.
go.
6 months.
Pay my bills.
Listen,
because that means they see some value in it.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. If someone's coming to me like, oh, you know, like you're so beautiful, like what can I do for you? I need a year of rent. I need you to buy me an LLC.
Hello.
Okay, I need
401k.
investments. Okay,
There we go. I need investments. I like that.
2 investments. All right. See y'all later.
See you guys.